See him a beast when he hear that sound like yeah, beat on the beat when he hear that sound like woo. Yeah, bitch on the champ, only need one round like yeah, me, I'm a G ring.
Fighting a Cage Warriors 148 on New Year's Eve. Please welcome the one and only Darren, the dentist, Stewart. Darren, my man, holiday season, a week out from the fight. How you feeling?
A bit crap, man. I would like to have a good Christmas and I can't now, you know? So I never fought on New Year's Eve before, but end the year of a bang.
You do you like fighting on New Year's Eve, or do you wish you could enjoy the holidays fully?
Never done it before in my life.
I just mean like now that you are, like, do you like that the preparations right now, or?
No, I hate it. I want to enjoy Christmas with the family, so, you know. But to be fair, it's catch rate, so, I mean, it's not too bad. I can have a bit of a good Christmas. Just got to tell my mum, can't have rice and peas this year, but I can have the turkey, so it's fine.
Well, hey man, and after your fight in a week, you can pig out and chow down, have a little bit of a late holiday season. So I mentioned you're fighting at Cage Warriors 148 New Year's Eve. Where have you spent your time preparing for this fight? I know you've been at like MMA clinic. I've seen you've been at Shoot Fighters lately. Where's your main gym been?
Shoot fighters.
And just for like the casuals watching who don't follow the sport as closely as I do, who do you train with? Who are some of your partners? Who are your coaches over there?
Oh, you got Alexis and Paul, the head coaches. And then who I train with, Michael Venom Page, Norbert, Shipman. Yeah, there's loads of people down there, man.
Yeah, absolutely killer gym, and MVP is one of my favorite fighters. So I can't imagine the good work you get in there with them. How's camp been for this fight?
Same old as every camp, you know. I ain't stopped. Meant to fight November 20th, couldn't get the right opponent, so I've just been maintaining my weight, which has been a bit dreadful. But yeah, camp been the same. Just been getting better and better, improving in certain areas I'm not good at, you know. So I've been in the long camp, basically, what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's been a while. Are any of your teammates on the card? Because I know Sam Creasy, who's over at MMA Clinic, is fighting on the card. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's in another gym, the MMA Clinic. Yeah. I can be at that gym. I know Sam. Yeah.
How do you think his fight goes down?
I like him, man. He's technical, isn't he? So I'm gonna root for him still.
Rooting for your guy, love it. And you are fighting. I might butcher this name, but it doesn't matter because it's the Darren Stewart show. But you're fighting Guilherme Cadena. Did I get that right? Do you know if I got that right?
Fuck knows. I don't know, man. Cadena, Medina, Wadena, it's all the same. I don't know.
Well, we'll call him that. What are your thoughts on him as an opponent coming into the fight?
I don't know nothing about him, man.
You wouldn't watch any tape or anything?
Nah, I can't be asked, man. I've done it, been there, done that so many times. Like I said, I meant to fight November, couldn't get it, so I'm just gonna go in and have a rocking match. Well, from what I heard, in it, he don't mind striking, but he likes to play the guard game a lot. So you know, I was looking for like a type of striker kind of guy to fight, which is hard to get because no one to stand with me. So one of these guys was trolling me, or trying to troll me anyway. So when I went to the guy's Instagram, I saw him and he's a black belt, jiu-jitsu, something like that. So I thought, okay, another grappler. So it's something I've got to deal with, innit? So all I know from him that he's a grappler. That's it, man. Been there, done that. So
I've never seen any of his fights. I saw that he's on like a 5-fight win streak, but they're all in like smaller promotions, and this is easily his biggest step up in competition so far. I was going to ask you, how do you think you two match up stylistically, but you know, you haven't really seen much from him. So let me just ask you, how do you think this fight plays out? What do you think you're going to bring to the table to give him trouble?
What I want to bring to the table is just pressure, non-stop pressure, man. I know he's probably watched my fights, and yeah, you know, Darren can't grapple, so I'm taking down, hold him. Ref ain't gonna reset it, blah blah blah. But I'm just gonna bring the heat, man. I don't care about these streaks. Like I've had streaks before. MMA's MMA in it, so I'm just gonna bring it to him, man. So from the get go, like literally from the get go.
I love it, man. Do you have a, you know, if I'm a betting man and I want to put your name down on a prop bet, do you have a prediction for the fight or no?
TKO, man. I'm done with decisions, man. I'm tired of it, man. You've seen how it is these days at MMA. You don't get it, man. He has to finish me or I'll finish him. Like, there's no decision, man. It's just boring. You just don't get your way, man. Judges this and you just... Even, like, you know how it is. I ain't going to go into it. You know how it is. Even if you've got a clear dominance, it can go to the other way. It's just the judging is just letting people's careers down. Been there many a time. So I have to go with TKO, man, or KO.
Yeah, I 100% agree, especially with how bad judging has been lately. It's been big issue in the sport, in my opinion. So let me ask you, you get the big dub on New Year's Eve. You're back in the win column. You mentioned you've been on a bit of a streak on the opposite end lately. Does that give you like extra motivation, extra fire going into this fight?
Yeah, a little bit, but I can't predict the future, innit? All I know is I'm going to win, but I don't know what what the future holds, definitely. So for me to say it's extra motivation to go ahead in the future, it's hard. I don't know what, how the fight will play out, but I know that I'm going for a TKO KO. So answering your question, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. I've got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do, a lot of catching up to do. Like some of the decisions I've had, man, the losses streaks, it's been poor, man. He's on a winning streak, so he's probably like in over his head. I ain't checked his winning streaks if they've been like finishes or decisions, don't really care. But I'm on a lot of losing streaks, and that's not me, innit? That's not my name, that's not who I am. And it's just frustrating for me. So even me getting this win, I'll be happy, but I've got a lot more work to do, a lot more catching up because the person I am is not who I am on paper. Do you know what I mean? So a lot of people can sit there and say, yeah, but these fights should have won and blah, blah. Yeah, cool, but on paper, yeah, like you told me this guy's on a winning streak on paper. Like on paper, I ain't doing so good. Despite how the fights went or should have went my way or, maybe ref wasn't resetting it. Despite all that, on paper, what matters these days, isn't it? So even if I get the win or when I get the win, still got more work to do, man.
So while we're talking about this streak you've been on and just talking about the lows, so to speak, of MMA, I don't know if you've spoken to any big media outlets since you left the UFC. I think you had like an MMA junkie interview a couple years ago, but I haven't been able to find an answer for this online. So I'd love to ask you, what happened? Like when you left the UFC, one, were you cut? And two, what did that do to you, man? Like, how did you feel after that happened? And like, what kind of fire did that reignite in the gym, so to speak, if that makes sense?
I won't say so much reignite fire. I wouldn't say so much that. It was just depressing, man. It was like, I don't know what's going on, where it's going wrong. And from what I was told from some people, what could be the problem was, you ever heard that saying, like, there's too many chefs in the kitchen? I was the only guy from my area to make it UFC. So when I got to UFC, he come out the blue. Let's do this. Let's go here. Let's train this. Let's try that. And I forgot who I am as a person. And right now, really and truly, I'm just trying to like find myself again. The game's changing. The game's changing in some weird way that back in the day, I might have got away with certain things on one. But because the game's changing, certain rule sets, you think, for example, should be reset, but it's not getting reset because they score more grappling. And yes, that's just fucked me over in the UFC. And when I got cut, it was depressing, man. Still is depressing now. And then, the big thing was when I was in UFC, I couldn't really say no. I took every fight that they gave me. I was always the one that was traveling during lockdown. And some people can turn down fight. I couldn't, and that's a problem as well. Because people say you're not turning down fights, you're not getting the right matches for you, so they can't build you. So the aim was beginning this year to get the right matchup for me. Meant to fight in March, had loads of pullouts. Then fight one guy in the head. Then meant to fight in April, Manchester. I was leaving the door, my suitcases, my bags, got a phone call saying the fight's not on. So, yeah, that happened. And then due to fight in July, July, had a fight, pull out again, whatever. And then they gave me someone. I had to take her. I needed money. Right now, I'm just fighting to live instead of fighting for the fun of it. Do you know what I mean? Where before in UFC, despite the decisions and that and how things went, I was fighting for the fun of it. Now it's like fighting to live. So I took a certain fight, bit of a stupid fight, but I needed the P, the money. Guy was just holding me. He won. Okay. Then I went to fight in November 20th, couple of days before, can't find no one. Had about 5 weeks to find me someone, but couldn't find no one. The right matchup for me, the right matchup. Again, I could have just took any fight like I did in July, but I thought, I don't want to mess up the legacy kind of thing and mess up my name just to get money in it. I need to try and hang in there. So I could have fought 20th. I know I could have, but I didn't take any fight. I was trying to take the right fight. Didn't happen. So they said, we got someone, still trying to find someone. Then they found someone for December. He likes to strike, apparently. I don't know much about him, but I saw through one of his trollers that he's a black belt, so I might have another grappler. But I can't afford to say no. You know what I mean? Same reason I did in July, but it is what it is, man. I can't afford to say no. So yeah, not to waffle on, but answer your question, yeah, all of that fucked me up mentally, man. A lot of stuff in the UFC messed me up mentally as well. But it's what it is, you know. Just gotta get. And it's just right now I'm just trying to find myself again. It's good that people say you still got it, Dow. You're a beast, man. You're this, you're that. But when I'm in there, it's like I can't find it, bro. Just can't find it. Like Darren Till put something the other day about it, and I wrote a comment on his thing, and I exactly understand how he's feeling it, how like the way he's talking. I said to him like I've been there and I'm still there. I don't know if you saw the video he put on a speech for after his fight. In the same kind of boat, man. And it's like you run out of ideas. Like what else is there to do? I've done everything. If you watch every fighter, man, it's all different. Again, that might have been a problem because, like I said, every fight's different because of what? There's too many chefs in the kitchen. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, I've done the whole banging thing. I've done the whole bouncing. I've done the whole movement thing. I've done everything, man. Now this one in the New Year's Eve, regardless of the result, I just want to go and do what's right for me, man. It's clear to see that no one wants to strike me. So you never know, I might take up some boxing in the future. Do you know what I mean? So everyone talks about my hands. Do you know what I mean? And I'm only getting people that like to grapple. And I can't moan because at the end of the day, it is MMA, mixed martial arts. So I can't sit there and moan. You know what I mean? I've just got to fight in it and learn the craft. But my body, man, just can't take it no more, man. You know what I mean? Physically and mentally. So
yeah, that wet blanket style of fighting has to be just extremely frustrating to go against. But otherwise, man, sorry you've had a rough stint lately.
Nah, don't be sorry, man. Everyone keeps saying it is what it is, man. I just
don't know, man. I feel for you. Just, like clearly, that's got to suck. And I'm just excited for New Year's Eve to come around for you to turn it all around, dude. Like genuinely, I've been a fan of yours for a long time. So just excited for you to get it back on track.
It's good that I've still got the fans though. Do you know what I mean? It's great.
You got many fans, dude. You got many fans out there. You kidding me?
It's mad because, and even when they couldn't find me a certain match for the 20th of November, the matchmaker was like, you know what? What's crazy about this is that you got not so many, so you got losses, losing streak, and people are still scared to fight you. So that must give you some sort of confidence. I said, yeah, in a fucked up way, but I get what he means. You know what I mean? Like confident for losing, but I get what he means. You know what I mean? And even despite me getting dropped from UFC and this year's just gone totally shit, I've still got fans, man. It's crazy. I still might get seen in the street and hello, can I get a picture? And even today I'm gonna go down bigger fan someone in the gym today. So it's nice to still have that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie to you. Since I got cut from UFC, you're probably the first interview I've done this year. Like, not many people come to me with interviews. Sponsorships, certain sponsors that were there before, I don't hear from them. So it's like, it's a bit shit in it, but it's cool because I always said to like people that stuck with me, and even yourself, I'm telling you as well, man, that when I get back up there, whether it's in MMA or a bit of boxing in the future, who knows, yeah, I'm not going to forget these people that just dropped me. Do you know what I mean? I ain't going to forget it, man. So I'm grateful for the fans that are the real ones that are still there. It gives me some confidence, you know what I mean? To go into this fight and say, okay, people still love me, so let's just go and be dentists again.
Yeah,
the game just adapting, man, to the point where they're allowing too many things to happen, man. Like, but I can't sit here and moan and bitch about it because it's MMA, mixed martial arts. But it's like the other day I heard about a show called Rising that you only get 30 seconds on the floor or something. I mean, they restart you. I didn't even know. Like, it's mad.
The Ryzen rules are crazy. I'm not 100% up to
But
date
that's
with
what
them, but
and I was like, raw. Why did they make that as a rule? And obviously, there's arguments. Yeah, if you're being active, then cool, I get it. But if you're just holding someone's back or holding them down, and 30 seconds you get to reset, oh my god, if they brought it as a rule, not just for the show Rising, they brought it as an overall MMA rule, I'll be so happy, man. I'll still learn the grappling side of thing, but if you're not doing nothing, let's reset. I'm a stand-up guy. You don't want that. So you got to be active. If you're not active, 30 seconds reset. Oh my God, that's heaven. Like, certain things need to be changed, man. Like, even this is 88. I'm actually happy. Still a cut weight, but there's a category in between. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would love to fight light heavy, but I can't because I'm too small. But I feel the greatest for camp. But then I got to fight middle because I'm so small. Even middle, I think I'm still small. But I don't feel the greatest. I got to cut weight. So 88 is kind of nice. I mean, in boxing, I've got loads of categories, but MMA is just a lot of things need to be changed, man.
Yeah, I agree. MMA is a very young sport. I think the judging needs to change. I think the weight classes could probably change. And like you said, some of the in-cage rules themselves could probably be changed and updated. Darren, it's been 15 minutes. I just want to ask before we go.
Okay, no way, man. Okay. Man.
Just making sure. I don't want to keep you from doing your thing. I know you're a busy guy.
Anyway, my friends come to get me at 6 to get a massage, so it's all right.
All right, we're cool then. So yeah, man, very excited for you to get everything back on track New Year's Eve. Now I just want to ask you about your future real quick, because you just mentioned maybe it is a career in boxing, maybe it is something other than MMA, but if the opportunity presented itself, would you want to go back to the UFC, or are you pretty much done with that?
Right now, as we speak, the way everything's gone, the way this year's gone, it's unrealistic. The opportunity will come anyway. But like you said, if it did, no. Because I'm still trying to find myself. People say to me, oh, why do you got PFL? Mate, I can't even win a fucking fight on cage rows. I can, but you know what I mean? I don't want to say I can't, but like,
Sure.
People, and you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, I don't want to make it sound like I'm shit, but I can't even win a fight on cage rows. So how am I meant to go back to these big levels? Do you know what I mean? And the game's just evolving the more. And unless I just got to turn into like a Dagestani wrestler or something for me to get in this game. That's the only way I can do it. And deep down in my heart, I'm not that guy. I'd have to stand up. This is why like people don't want to stand. This is why I don't know. I don't know nothing about this guy. Like, he's on a winning streak. He might have won it by grappling. I don't know. But if he's won it by striking, happy days. If he's won it by grappling, then it's like,
yeah,
you kind of know how it's gonna go. But I'll just do what I can, man. I'll do what I can. Everyone knows I'll turn up to fight. So answering your question, would opportunity come again? No, I wouldn't. Nah, I wouldn't, man. And it's sad. I had this conversation before with someone as well. And they're like, nah, man, Dow, you still got it, this and that. I said, yeah, you probably see that from the outside. I probably have, but you're not me. You don't know how I am physically. You don't know how I'm feeling mentally. It takes a lot to get back to that level. And I'm not going to fight a certain way. I'm not going to fight. Oh, sorry. Friend's calling me. Is it there? You still there? He can wait,
yeah,
man.
You're here. I didn't even see anything happen, so.
Okay, cool. I'll call him back in a minute. Can you see me right there, yeah?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, so I'll turn to my you're not me physically and mentally, so you don't know what I'm going through. And if you watch my fights, yeah, I've been training certain ways, fighting certain ways, sorry, and it hasn't been me. I'm not gonna change my way I fight, yeah, to get back to the top level. If I have to do that, I'm not gonna do it, man. So I'm gonna be me, win, lose or draw. I went out there to bang, blood, anything can happen. Do you know what I mean? Win, lose or draw. I want to go home and say, you know what, I had a fight today. And it's hard to get that these days. People trying to hold you. And when I keep saying hold, I'm not bitching about grappling, but I like grappling. I've been doing a lot of grappling lately, bro. Like, I like it, you know what I mean? I'm talking about just the hugging. Yeah. Not much is going on. Like, even little taps. No, if you're hugging me, man, hit me. Do you know what I mean? Because when you really hit me, that give me space to get at. And do you know what I'm trying to say? It ain't jiu-jitsu, match. So, yeah, sorry to waffle on, but yeah, if that opportunity came up again, no, I wouldn't, man. I wouldn't. So then you're probably thinking, well, what are you doing now? I'm just trying to find love for it again.
I really respect that answer, man. That's a very honest and humble answer. And like you said, you know yourself better than anybody in the world knows you. So if this is the time that you need to like regroup, figure some things out and take it slow, by all means, brother, do it up, because from an outside perspective, you are Darren Stewart and you got all that talent. It's just about unleashing it for yourself. You know what I mean?
On the day.
Right.
On
Sure. And dude,
kind of person where I've got endurance, stamina. I came from Taekwondo. You fight loads of people in a day. MMA is different. You got one chance. I mean, you ain't fighting again for another few, 4, 5, or maybe 6 months.
sure.
So I have to stop fucking about and just go in there and do what I like to do, regardless of the decision, because you ain't gonna fight again and make money for another 3, 4 months. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's it, man. New Year's Eve's got to go in there and just bang, man. Hopefully this guy likes to bang, and we can fight anywhere it goes, man. Like, I'm boiling, mate. I'm boiling, man.
I love it, dude. Darren Stewart's boiling and ready for a bang.
Yeah, I'm nuts, man. I'm not well in the head, man. I can have it.
Love it, dude. Love it. So, Darren, let me take a break from talking fights. I'm sure that's all that's been on your mind lately. When you're not training, when you're not fighting, when you're not revolving around the octagon, what do you find yourself doing? Do you have any like hobbies or interests that don't revolve around MMA?
Oh, what am I doing? Back in the day, it used to be like dancing and all that stuff. But what am I doing now as we speak? If I'm not training, I'm rehabbing.
Yeah.
That's all it is true, man. Rehabbing, recovering for the next one. Do you know what I mean? And spend time with the family.
You got
A
any
lot,
big, sorry, go
a
ahead.
lot of things. So I can't do the same thing I used to. You know what I mean? Mentally, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? So that's the honest truth, man. If I'm not fighting or training, I'm rehabbing.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty common answer, honestly, that I get from fighters, because you guys put your body to the fullest tests. You got any plans for the holidays? Anything fun? I know you're during fight week, but afterwards, are you doing anything to celebrate?
Nothing, man. Just trying to think on what's next. Another MMA fight, maybe. Just think of what's next, man. This year's been shit, man.
Yeah.
Like there've been times where I've thought about just stopping, but people are telling me, no, don't, man. You're still a beast. You're still the Darren. And there've been times where like I haven't felt like that, man. And people can understand why, innit? So I'm gonna get through this one and just think what's next, man. I do love fighting as well. I do love fight. I still want to fight. Depends where, when, what I do. I don't know. Just think about this one at the moment, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And a week away. So not much time to think left. It's almost go time. Darren, as we mentioned, you have lots of fans around the world and supporters everywhere, including myself. You have your family, you have your friends, your network at the gym. You probably even have some stupid haters out there. I just want to give you the opportunity. Is there anything you'd like to say to everybody? The mic is yours.
Thank you for supporting me. I know I've given you lot hell the way my career is going. It's not how it should be, not how I planned it, but they say things happen for a reason. One door closes, another door opens. I'm just trying to find that door that's open somewhere. And I promise you guys, wherever the future goes, I will be back. I'm still trying my hardest, you know what I mean? So thank you for always supporting.
Love it, dude. And Darren, for real, sincerely, thank you so much for giving me the time for the interview. I've been looking forward to talking to you for a long time. As I said, MMA media professionalism aside, I am a big fan, and I am excited to watch you get back in there on New Year's Eve. And dude, pick your head up, man, because you know what? From an outside perspective, I know you say everyone tells you this all the time, but you are a badass. You are a gangster, and you're a mean, I'm just going to say, you're a mean motherfucker, bro. Go get that dub on New Year's Eve. Everybody go follow Darren. I'll link his stuff below. And Darren the Dentist Stewart. Thank you so much, kick-ass, bro.
Love that. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. It means a lot.
Of course, brother. And hey, man, you get that big dub, we'll do it again, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you for always supporting me, man.
Of course, brother.